Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are LA.
Rough weekend series for the Angels against the Houston Astros. Today they start a new 3-game set. It's the visiting Cleveland Indians in town. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A, and alongside my broadcast partner, Mark Gubas. I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us once again for Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. And we're not going to talk about Jared Weaver, who is on the mound today. We're talking about the injury bug. And, of course, yesterday during the ballgame, Mike Trout was taken out due to tightness in his right hamstring. He is not in the lineup today, and obviously a guy that you want in the lineup every single day.
Yeah, Victor, his numbers have been historic once again this season. He backed up his great rookie season with an even better sophomore season. But the reality is he has tightness in his hamstring. It's a day-to-day situation. They do anticipate, if need be, that he could be available tonight to go up there and swing the bat. They're going to try to make sure that leg is in good shape. His game is all built around that speed game. And Adam Nevela, the trainer today, said, hey, he's going to be ready to go pretty quick, but we want to make sure when he swings and he's running out of that batter's box, there's no grabbing of the hamstring, or when he's out in the outfield trying to run down a fly ball. So his game is built around speed. They want to make sure that he's ready to go.
Oh, more injury news for the Angels. Everyone expected that Albert Pujols more than likely would be done for the season today. The Angels confirmed that. Jose Mota had a chance to catch up with Albert before the game today.
Listen, by the time you're 100%, at least what the doctors are telling us, with their big 2 or 3 weeks from now, I mean, we're only going to have 2 weeks left of the season. Is it worth it for you to come back and play?
And trust me, Albert is a guy that certainly wanted to go out. He wanted to hit, and he wanted to go out there and participate and help this team win some games late. But the reality is, the doctor said it's better off that you're ready to go 100% next spring training. For me, that's the right decision for Albert. Even though he wants to go out there, the right decision to be healthy next season.
That's the bad news. The good news is Jared Weaver is on the mound. He'll be facing Zach McAllister in Game 1 of this 3-game set against Cleveland. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. per second. Phantom Cam records at nearly 4,000 frames per second, showing some of the most unique looks you've ever seen. We welcome you back out here to the Big A. First of three against the Cleveland Indians. The Halos took 2 of 3 in Ohio. Almost had the sweep, just could not finish it off on that Sunday afternoon. And tonight they will have Jared Weaver on the hill. The Angels will. And that's who pitched on Friday, picking up game 1 of that 3-game set. A lot of Indians fans, matter of fact, ran into them out on the set of Angels Live. They're strolling in here big time.
You told them to stay out?
No, they were woohooing everywhere. A lot of Ricky Vaughn jerseys.
Hey, why would you not?
I've yet to see a Roger Dorn or a Pedro Serrano, at least as of yet. But there's plenty of time. It's a 3-game series.
He's still busy doing those Allstate commercials. That's why he's not available.
That's exactly right. Terry Francona, the manager of the Cleveland Indians, has his ball club playing well this year. They are in second place in the American League Central. 7 games back of the Detroit Tigers and still in the wild card hunt. And away from the Progressive Field, they are 28-33. And still, with some of the pitching that they've had, their offense has been spotty at times, very good at other times. But the pitching has kind of kept them in there. They are 9th in the American League as far as staff ERA, but for some reason they changed the dynamic of this ball club in the offseason. They remade it. They hired Terry Francona. And all of a sudden, they're in the hunt.
I think the reason why they're in the hunt is because of that man right there, Terry Francona. He's won before, and this club has realized if they listen to a man who's won some World Series rings, that they can indeed have a chance to win it. They've shown that. In the last couple of seasons, they started off great, and it's completely fell apart. So far, they've done well in staying above water here as they're trying to get enough offense to be able to stay in these games.
Yeah, I mentioned they're 7 back in the Central, 4.5 back of the second wild card spot. Baltimore is ahead of them by 1.5 games. Right now in the wild card lead, it's Tampa Bay and Oakland at the start of the day. Let's check out Terry's starting 9 for the Cleveland Indians. Game number 125 for them. Michael Bourne, a free agent acquisition. We'll lead things off at center. Swisher, the same thing, signing a 4-year deal in the offseason. He's in right. Jason Kipnis, the all-star, at second. Carlos Santana, the cleanup hitter, at first. Michael Brantley's had a very nice season quietly in left field. As Jubal Cabrera has really dropped off, especially batting average-wise, was their cleanup hitter. He's down in the 6th spot. Jason Giambi, the DH. Lonnie Chisenhall, the third baseman. And Yan Gomes, who we had a chance to see in Cleveland, kind of like him, the way he swings the bat and the way he throws the baseball. He'll bat 9th and do the catching as Jared Weaver's on the hill looking to bounce back after his rough outing against the Yankees.
Well, one thing you always expect out of Weaver is come right back after a tough outing. He basically said the same thing after the game. I gave up a home run. I gave up a grand slam. Bottom line, I didn't make my pitches. Tonight, you expect, and I expect, to see Weaver deal. 7-2 in his career versus Cleveland with a 2.86. Mentioned even in the pregame show, last 8 starts versus Cleveland, 6-1 with a 1.31 ERA against the Cleveland Indians.
Well, let's check out the defense that will be playing behind Jared Weaver this evening. Josh Hamilton in left, Peter Borges in center, Cole Calhoun in right. No Mike Trout in the lineup. Chris Nelson, Eric Ibar on the left side of the infield. Grant Green and Mark Trumbo on the right side. And Hank Conger gets to start behind the plate.
You mentioned no Mike Trout in left field. Instead, you're going to have Josh Hamilton, who's done a very good job. No errors in the 13 starts in the left field. He has 3 outfield assists this season, so strong throwing arm. He's out there taking the place of Mike Trout, who's, hey, I'll tell you what, watching him today, even during stretching, he was running, trying to run out there, and they had to hold him back. He didn't want any part of not being out there participating in stretching, running, and hitting today. He wanted to be part of that game. He wants to be in there tonight.
He's feeling pretty good about himself. Had a 2-for-3 game yesterday, and now hitting .333. So he wants to make a push for that batting title. It's going to be difficult the way Miguel Cabrera's been going.
It was so fun to watch him. He was trying to sneak in there with the rest of the players to run and stretch today, but they said, no, just relax. We're going to give you maybe the whole day off, but you never know with Trout. He might be in there at some point. He's available to pinch hit.
He's been hanging out with Albert Pujols way too much. He wants to play regardless.
Hey,
there's Albert right
there. He is.
How about that? You know it's difficult for Albert sitting there knowing that perhaps his season is over. And I think Bourne lays off, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. As you listen to the interview that we had on the pregame show with Albert, Jose had a chance to talk with him. You get the sense that in his mind, he still thinks he's coming back.
And you never question that. You always wonder if he will indeed come back.
Bourne rolls this one softly to Grant Green. There's the first out of the ball game.
I personally like that from your star player who wants to play regardless of how he's feeling, and what the medical staff is basically saying, we think you're better off not playing the rest of the year and be ready to go when spring training, be 100%. But Albert, in his mind, feels that he owes it to his teammates to give it everything he can to be back out there.
Well, it's certainly not surprising to see those two guys together. They are pretty much joined at the hip before they come out for stretching, especially out in the batting cages underneath this ballpark.
How great is that if you're Mike Trout, you have that ability to be able to have a conversation with somebody like Albert Pujols each and every day.
Swisher takes inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Nick Swisher hitting .242 this year. First season with Cleveland. 13 home runs, 40 runs batted in. He shoots this one out the left field. Hamilton comes racing in. Will play it on a hop. A 1-out single for Nick Swisher puts a man on for Jason Kipnis. 2 starts ago against Cleveland as we take a look at this base hit out to left field. Jared went 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, struck out 4, walked nobody through 101 pitches, picked up the win.
Yeah, he threw the ball well, and I think the biggest thing for him is establishing his off-speed stuff as the game progressed. You're seeing a lot of fastballs from him early on. You see that a lot out of starting pitchers, especially guys like Weaver, established veterans. They want to get that fastball going first before they start mixing in the breakable, just like you saw there to Kipnis.
Jason Kipnis, the All-Star, .294 average as their second baseman, 15 home runs, 72 runs batted in. It's a Cleveland team that is 8th in batting average, 7th in home runs, 4th in runs scored. So I'm going to miss on the off speed. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. They'll run a little bit. 88 stolen bases on the year. They're led by Jason Kipnis with his 22. Bourne has 17. Short lead for Swisher at first base. Strike on the inside corner, 1-2.
Well, that's pitching by Weaver. Changeup followed by a fastball inside. Now, as a hitter, you really have no idea what he's going to try to get you out with. Will he throw a slow curveball? Will he throw a changeup? Will he come back inside with a fastball? That's what makes Weaver so special.
1-2, check, swing, foul.
You can see him guessing up there. He was thinking off speed. He was just fought off a very good fastball at 88 inside. The reaction, priceless. You can see not knowing exactly what Weaver's going to go after him with. He might even try to go upstairs with a fastball now.
Conger sets up outside. Here comes the 1-2 again. That is just off the plate. 2-2. Good velocity, 91.
91. Why did they miss by much?
Bourne grounding out to start off the game. Swisher with a base hit to left. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Kipnis. Ground ball to second. Should be 2. Green feeds Ibar. No relay on the first. So 2 outs as Kipnis reaches on the fielder's choice.
Hard slide, but looked like Eric Ibar had a difficult time in the grip on the baseball. The flip throw from Grant Green. He's telling him right now a little firmer throw to him. They have a better opportunity to avoid that hard slide from Swisher. And it's a learning process for Grant Green. A little different feel as a second baseman, drafted as a shortstop. So it's a different feed to second base.
Yeah, there's a lot of time guys just never get comfortable with that quick pivot to throw to second base.
But it gives the shortstop a better opportunity to clear that path away from someone sliding hard at him.
Carlos Santana takes a big rip and comes up empty. 0-1 count. First baseman tonight hitting .262. 14 home runs and 52 runs batted in.
Real good numbers against Weaver. 6 for 12.
Kipnis back. Mentioned 22 stolen bases for him. It's been caught 6 times.
Weaver, no pickoffs this year so far, but 18 in his career. Very quick move to first.
This is popped up left side. Chris Nelson, the third baseman, is under it. And it comes to an end. A one-out single and a fielder's choice. Nothing more for Cleveland. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Shuck, Ibar, and Hamilton face Zach McAllister with no score. Couple of ground balls, one pop-up to end the frame. We'll check out Mike Scioscia starting 9 for the Angels tonight. Fourth place in the West, 15.5 back with a 55-68 record. Jamie Shuck will serve as the DH. Eric Geibart, shortstop. Hamilton at left. Trumbull, the cleanup hitter at first. Conger batting 5th tonight, doing the catching. Chris Nelson at third. Cole Calhoun at right. Grant Green at second. Peter Borges rounding out that starting 9. He'll patrol center field. Taking on the 25-year-old right-hander native of Chillicothe, Illinois, by the name of Zach McAllister.
Wow.
You like that?
Yes, I do like that. Fastball, 89 to 93. Cut fastball, curveball, changeup, split finger fastball.
16 starts this year for McAllister. And the first one is in for a strike. 5-7 record, a 3.74 ERA. JB serving as a DH once again. 294 average, a home run, and 30 runs batted in. It's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shuck yesterday 2 for 5 with a couple of singles. Halos dropping the finale of that 3-game set to the Houston Astros 7-5 yesterday. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2 on the way. Upstairs. Count even up at 2-2. McAllister, big guy, listed at 6'6". Originally in the Yankee system. 3rd round pick by the Pinstripers in 2006. This one's line to left, a base hit. Leadoff man is on board for the Angels.
Well, what a nice approach by J.B. Shuck.
Defensively for Cleveland, you've got Brantley, Bourne, and Swisher in the outfield from left to right. Chisenhall, Cabrera, Kipnis, Santana from third to first, and Gomes behind the plate.
And Chisenhall at third base, although he has committed 8 errors this year, has very good hands at that third base position. He's turned 12 double plays. To be tested here over the course of this game, especially with that push bunt down the third base line. But he has no errors in his last 15 starts. Very strong throwing arm, athletic at third base for Cleveland.
Ibar shows bunt, takes upstairs, and it's 1 ball, 0 strikes. Eric, a 282 average, 4 home runs, 42 runs batted in. He was in the 5 spot yesterday and went 0 for 5. On base percentage of .316. off speed is fouled back as Shuck was on the move. Let's go back and take a look at J.B. Shuck's base hit on Phantom Cam.
Yeah, you can see how the approach was so excellent from Shuck, letting that baseball travel. Still got the good part of the bat on it as the ball got deeper in the strike zone and through the swing. Talking about squaring up on the barrel. That's what J.B. Shuck did, letting it travel on the outside part of the plate and hits it to left field.
One. Bouncer towards second. Kipnis will flip on to short. The first double play. 120th double play the Angels have hit into this year.
Well turned by Kipnis and Cabrera. You have to have a quick feed and throw from Cabrera from Kipnis to be able to turn a double play with Ibar going down the line, and they were able to do so, Cleveland.
Hamilton swings through a fastball. It's an 0-1 count. Josh batting in the 3 spot, playing left field tonight. 230 average, 19 home runs and 60 runs batted in. 2 for 3 yesterday with a triple and a home run.
Very good his last 10 games. 366 batting average, 3 home runs, 9 RBI.
This is lifted, foul, and out of play. Count still at no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, he's got a good weight shift going towards the baseball now, Hamilton. Let's see a split finger fastball here from McAllister, something off speed.
And he strikes him out swinging. McAllister picks up his first strikeout. We're through 1 and scoreless. Key to the game.
Oh, little Dr. Dre and little Snoop Dogg with Weaver on the hill. Not but a J thing for Weaver. Certainly the guy that we want on the mound here after a tough start in New York, but he's been so good against Cleveland and coming back after a tough loss yesterday. Nothing but a J thing for Jared Weaver.
Mind humming a few bars?
I was jamming on the song on the way down today, as a matter of fact.
All right. Michael Bradley leading things off. Great tune, by the way.
Oh, real good. Old school.
Yeah. As long as you weren't sipping on gin and juice while you were listening to that. Michael Bradley hitting .284 with 8 home runs and 58 runs batted in. Left fielder looks at a strike. You know, with your mind on your money. And
yeah.
money on your money?
Always.
Nelson playing it over at third base just in case Brantley decides to drop one down. This one driven out to left. Hamilton back a couple of steps. One away.
Now, coming up in our Carlos Jr. Sports Update, we'll check out Jose Fernandez, phenom from Miami, trying to slow down the Dodgers. And he's got a nasty one. He's got a nasty slide piece going in the fallout from the fiasco at Fenway. That was an interesting game last night.
Has that been trademarked yet? Fiasco at Fenway?
Not yet. Close. Maybe by the end of the game or when we come back to give you the update.
It'll have a little TM on it.
Exactly.
There's his dribble. Cabrera shows bunt, looks at a strike. So we can't talk about those because you've got like stuff to say, right?
We can touch on the one at Fenway a little bit.
You're surprised that Dempster did not get ejected immediately?
Extremely surprised.
Cabrera gets hit by that pitch.
And on cue, we're talking about A-Rod
right?
getting hit. 6th batter that Weaver has hit this season. Going inside with a fastball. That fastball, he was hoping to run back and get the inside corner, but stayed true. Hit him on the belt. It hit the hip.
Yeah, you're not trying to hit a 237 hitter.
No.
He's yet to get it going offensively. And he's on board with one out. Jason Giambi, the DH at the plate, just to finish that thing on Dempsey. You figure once he threw behind him, behind the knees,
and then
you hit him
2 more times, throwing inside, and then hit him. See what Joe Girardi was upset, extremely upset.
Yeah.
And it was understandable because his pitcher, CC Sabathia, didn't have that ability to retaliate, because if he did, he would have been thrown out of the game because both benches were warned at that point.
Yeah. There's a strike. Giambi hitting 185 with 8 home runs and 28 runs batted in. 6 doubles. Guy that many feel that will transition to coaching, if not managing, at some point in his career. The breaking pitch is out toward center field. Peter Borges moving out. Beat on it. Makes a catch. That is out number 2. Now it's time for a Fox Sports 1 game break. Let's go to Don Bell. Thanks a lot. No score here in the second inning. With 1 out, 2 outs, pardon me. A man at first base is Dribble Cabrera hit by a pitch. Lonnie Chisenhall steps in against Jared Weaver. 22 pitches thrown by Weaver. 14 strikes, 8 balls.
15 runs that early in the game for the Rangers against Houston, who just left town.
Well, they were not offensively challenged this weekend against the Angels. 13 hits Friday, 14 on Saturday, 12 yesterday. Taking 2 of 3.
Tell you what, they do play the game hard, those Astro players. There's no question. Bo Porter has them playing as well as they can play, consider the roster they have.
Chisenhall turns on one and pulls it foul.
Well, Jason Vargas did a nice job after struggling really with his command, especially of his changeup and curveball the first couple of innings, and all of a sudden settled in and did a very good job in his second start coming back from his blood clot surgery.
0-2 count on Chisenhall, hitting .218 this season. This one's lifted on the third base side, headed toward the seats. Nelson runs out of room. We'll reset and do it again. At no balls and 2 strikes. Chisenhall has 6 home runs and 26 runs batted in.
Now Weaver has him set up with either going a little higher with the fastball, or because he went with that plane of the fastball, you can drop a curveball in now.
Tried to go upstairs. If I remember correctly, the approach Chisenhall took against Weaver was trying to punch it the opposite way, especially on the off-speed stuff.
He had 2 for 6 in his career versus Weaver. Not many guys in this lineup tonight for Cleveland with a lot of success against Weaver.
Chisenhall, former first-round pick by Cleveland, 2008. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. First punch out for Weaver. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the second with no score. The bottom of the second. Let's check out our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series with the Cleveland Indians in town. What is the most outrageous uniform in baseball history?
Wow.
The old blood clot Cleveland Indians back in the day, the rainbow Houston Astros, or the short shorts of the White Sox? Send us a tweet at Fox Sports West. We'll give you a running total a little bit later on.
Thank you. We didn't have those flashback 70s with these unis working.
Hey, by the way, the White Sox uniforms featured collars on the shirts.
Very proper.
Yeah.
That's always a good idea to have shorts when you're sliding into second base or third base.
Yeah, I don't believe the shorts lasted very long.
No.
They kept the collared look. I don't believe they wore stirrups either, because we mimicked those uniforms in Legion Ball. I was 16 years old. No stirrups. They were pants, so they weren't shorts.
They were some bad unis there, the White Sox.
Or you could say they were just ahead of the curve.
Yeah, no question.
2 balls and no strikes on Mark Trumbo. He'll be followed by Hank Conger, then Chris Nelson.
Tell you what, it'd be fun to pitch with those Cleveland uniforms. You would distract the hitter every time you threw the baseball.
Yeah. Breaking pitch. Did he go? No. That's Brian Knight over at first base. Dan Iasonia calling the balls and strikes.
We'll definitely get the green light here if you're Trumbo.
Takes a strike, 3-1. Boy, if there's ever a pitch you want to be green lighted on.
Yeah, I got to believe Mark's going to swing at anything right now, because he's in his mindset. He had a pitch that he can hit a mile there. 3-0.
This one's fouled back. Just below Jose Mota.
He had his glove.
Yeah, he did. He was ready.
He was ready.
Didn't dive for it, unlike, as if Billy Chappell were pitching in front of him. 3-2. Trumbo strikes out swinging. Back-to-back punch-outs now. There's Zach McAllister. 1 out. Hey, folks, the Halos take on the Indians once again tomorrow night at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels scratcher and a chance to win a party suite, autographed items, merchandise discounts, and more. Purchase your tickets today at angels.com or come by the Angel Stadium ticket office. You can log on at the stadium office if you want. Just stop by the stadium office and log on from there.
Yeah, no question. Now, the play by Jose Mota to preserve the perfect game for Billy Chappell, is that in the same plane as maybe Dwayne Wise's play with Mark Burley at center field? What do you think?
You understand that that perfect game that Billy Chappell threw is not real.
Seriously?
Nobody has told you this.
Jose said he made a great play. I believed him.
I think he keeps telling you that so that we talk about it and he continues to receive royalty checks. That's why.
Yes.
2-0 count on Hank Conger. First time in his big league career batting in the 5 spot.
So it wasn't real.
No. But a catch nonetheless. 3 balls and no strikes now. Back-to-back hitters. McAllister's fallen behind at 3-0. Two punch outs and a hit allowed by the big right-hander. Made 22 starts for the Indians last year. 6-8 with a 4.24 ERA. And he walked him. 4-pitch walk. It'll bring up Chris Nelson. Nelson, the third baseman, a .250 average, a couple of home runs, 15 runs batted in. It's McAllister making his 17th start this year. Made 22 starts last season. Guy that was picked up in a trade. He was a player to be named later in the Austin Kearns deal with New York in 2010. Pretty good scouting. Good arm, big guy. Austin Kearns wasn't going to do anything for Cleveland in 2010, and you flip him and you get a guy that's a potential piece in your rotation.
Yeah, he's got a power type arm. 92, 93. Good split finger fastball also, though he is susceptible to the stolen base. And you would think at some point Mike Scioscia, whether it's stealing base or hit and run, will do so against him.
Nelson went around and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
He's given up 7 stolen bases, 8 attempts this year. 18 stolen bases in 19 attempts last year.
Chris, a big swing and a miss. 2 outs. Three strikeouts. Now from McAllister.
And Mike Trout's been everywhere in that dugout. Mike Scioscia at some point's going to say, hey, think about pinch hitting or something. Even though he won't probably put him in the game, he's just too much energy
just
in that
to get
dugout.
him out of the dugout?
Yeah, get him moving around.
It's like your kid that just keeps driving you crazy as you're trying to make dinner.
We there yet?
Just,
we
just
there
go
yet?
upstairs. Just go play.
Is it dinner time?
Where's the Xbox? There's Cole Calhoun. 2 outs and a man at first. There's a strike. Cole getting to start at right field tonight. 226 average, 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Had a rough road trip and it's kind of carried over.
A lot of pitches away against him. He has to make that adjustment as a hitter.
This one lifted out to shallow center field, and Bourne can't see it. He can't find it at all. Now he does and makes the catch. Boy, if that ball drops, it's a 1-0 lead for the Angels. Halos leave a man on. We're through 2. Still scoreless.
Weaver, after a high fastball to Chisenhall, throws a circle changeup at 79 miles an hour. See how far out in front Chisenhall is. Even though that pitch was elevated, the speed of the pitch gets a swing and miss. Exmo shows that changeup and the grip. And even though his elbow dropped a little bit for Weaver, it was still effective because of the change in speeds.
Jared to face 9-1-2 for Cleveland here to third inning. Gomes, Bourne, and Swisher. Don Gomes, the catcher, hitting .299, 8 home runs, 28 runs batted in.
Weaver can get a win tonight. He'll pass Mike Witt, third in all time as far as W's for the Halos.
.343 on base percentage for the Indians catcher. We saw in Cleveland a quick catch and throw release for the catcher.
He's thrown at 50% of would-be base stealers this season.
That makes stymie a running game.
Even though McAllister's fairly slow to the plate, when you throw out 50%, you're more apt to hit and run instead of straight stealing against him.
Second stint with Cleveland this year. Swing and a miss, down he goes, and there's out number one. So back-to-back strikeouts for Weaver, one out here in the third. Hey, Fox Sports West is offering a special discount for Angels tickets this month with a Fox Sports West ticket takeover. Just log on at angels.com/FSWest during our broadcast and enter the promo code FOXDEAL. You can save up to 50% on select tickets while supplies last. All Ticketmaster fees do apply. Log on now. It's a big deal.
It is. It's a Fox deal. A couple more games against Cleveland, including a 4 o'clock game on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where you're starting pitcher, you're raising your hand up. I can pitch that day.
You're elbowing, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're ready to go.
Yeah, we gave you news on Mike Trout and Albert Pujols as far as the injuries are concerned. Howie Kendrick still swinging the bat well. Scheduled, I shouldn't say scheduled, he is eligible to come off the disabled list on Wednesday. Nobody has said anything that he will, but that's the day he's eligible. Some have speculated that he'll be ready to go on Friday when the Angels kick off that 9-game road trip beginning in Seattle.
There's a lot of hits sitting right there in there with Kendrick, Pujols, and Trout.
Yep. This will be the first year in his major league career that Albert will not hit at least .285, get at least 30 doubles, at least 30 home runs, and drive in at least 99 runs batted in.
But the bottom line is, as long as he's healthy and ready to go next spring training, that's all you can ask for at this point. Yeah, the numbers aren't going to be there because he wasn't healthy enough to do so.
And Bourne goes down swinging on a high fastball, make that 3 straight punchies. 2 down.
We'll get a real good idea of how difficult it is to be able to read the pitch from Weaver in Phantom Cam. That strain on the elbow as he's following through on his changeup. The deception and then over the front leg. You hear us talk about that a lot, over the front leg. Look how well he gets over the front leg and lands in very good fielding position.
Two outs, nobody on for Nick Swisher, who's singled to left in the first inning. Hits this one out toward left center field. Peter Borges moving back on it. Side of the track makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. Let's head to the bottom of the third. Grant Green, Peter Borges, and J.B. Shuck will face Zach McAllister with no score. coming up for the Angels. Hey, the sports and highlight show you've been waiting for is here. Fox Sports Live is Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole, are joined by Donovan McNabb, Gary Payton, Andy Roddick, and Carissa Thompson to bring you everything you need to know about the world of sports. It's Fox Sports Live. It airs nightly, and it's only on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, check that out yesterday.
Yeah. Zach McAllister back to work. 3 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 walk. They'll face Grant Green to lead things off. The Angels' second baseman, the .245 average for Grant. A couple of doubles and a couple of runs batted in. Up and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
He's coming out throwing a lot of strikes here early on. That good moving fastball.
That tied him up big time.
That started middle of the plate and ran off the inside corner at his letters. Want to know his career versus the Angels. 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs.
And that's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. So far through almost 3 innings, pitching clinic being put on between Weaver and McAllister.
Talk about hitting both spots of the plate. Fastball paint the outside corner after 2 fastballs ran in that sequence against him. You have to look in if you're Grant Green with that kind of fastball. He was running inside, and then all of a sudden he paints the outside corner with a 4-seam fastball.
First one's up and in to Peter Borges. Borges still looking for that first hit since coming off the disabled list. Pinch hit yesterday, grounded into the game-ending double play in the 9th inning. Pulls this one foul. You know, Evil, soft hands over at third base. It was a picking machine. 1 ball and strike.
He was not going to let that one get by him.
Now you commit. You go that far, you better go get it.
Remember we got on him pretty good. What was it? Where were we at? We were on the road when he mishandled the ground ball. And Alfredo Griffin gave him a little grief.
Fouled back. That's 1 and 2. And he knows if he ever messes up a ground ball that when we get on the plane, especially if it's on the road,
yeah,
he's looking for us.
Yes. He'll ask, did you show it? We'll go, no, not once. Maybe 4 times.
Perhaps even on Phantom Cam. We'll break it down.
Showing those hands, fielded that ground ball at him.
Then again, Alfredo Griffin moves at a Phantom Cam pace. The 1-2. Borges pops it up. Shallow right. Kipnis going out. Swisher coming in. Kipnis, the second baseman, takes charge when perhaps maybe Swisher should have. Unless
I'm surprised that even Kipnis is like, when are you going to call me off?
Yeah, feel free.
Yeah. So far, Cabrera and Kipnis are going to be pretty tired by the time they go up to swing the bat, going so far into the outfield twice now. It's like, yeah, all right, I got it.
Swisher's just hanging out. It's like 2-a-days for those middle infielders right now. They're gassed. Back to the top of the order we go. J.B. Shock singled in the first inning, 1 for 1. Only hit for the Angels. Looks at a strike.
Well, he leads the AL rookies as far as hits this season. Well, he had a real nice approach his first at bat against McAllister. Fastball away. Just went with the pitch. Still got the good part of the bat, even though he let that fastball travel almost at the plate before making contact.
0-1. Shot off speed pitch. 1 ball and strike. This one's lifted down the left field line and tailing toward the seats and out of play. 1-2. Eric Ibar on deck. The 1-2. Breaking ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Short schedule around Major League Baseball. JB chases the fastball away, and it's a 1-2-3 for McAllister. He has 5 punch-outs through 3. They're still scoreless. Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. So top of the 4th here at the Big A. Glad you've joined us here on Fox Sports West. Scoreless. Jason Kipnis ready to lead things off. 3, 4, and 5 for the Indians. Carlos Santana on deck. Michael Brantley in the hole. Jared Weaver, 4 strikeouts, no walks. 1 hit allowed, 1 hit batted. Kipnis takes one outside. Kipnis reached on the fielder's choice in the 1st inning. He's 0 for 1. Splits between pre-All-Star break and post. And even with those home run numbers, many felt that Howie Kendrick was deserving of the All-Star nod. Went to Jason Kipnis instead.
Yeah, I thought Howie deserved that. It's a pretty good changeup by Weaver there to Kipnis.
Breaking ball catches the corner. 2-1. Howie overall on the season, 301 average, 11 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Foul back. 2-2. There you have the top batting average for American League second baseman.
Howie and Robinson Cano at the top. 301 batting averages.
Don't you know? 2-2 now. Almost got him to chase. Full count.
Robinson Cano is pretty smooth with the swing and with his glove.
Pretty smooth free agent to be. And that is outside, so leadoff walk. First one issued by Weaver, puts a man on, and a guy that you've got to worry about as far as stealing bases is Santana, the first baseman.
That forces you as a pitcher now, because you have a guy that can steal a base. It's going to force you to pay attention to him, throw over a couple times, step off the pitching rubber, slide step. All those things you don't want to have to do, especially when you were at one point ahead of the count. Instead, you got Kipnis not to chase against you.
Santana popped out to Chris Nelson in the first. First one's in for a strike. Two-seamer. Angels overshift. Green playing almost near first base. Trumbo holding Kipnis on. See Ibar on the second base side of the bag. Nelson at the shortstop position. Kipnis takes off. A throw down from Conger. Not in time. A stolen base.
Yeah, pretty good jump. Good pitch to go on, an all-speed pitch. Big jump. And with the off-speed pitch, more difficult to catch and throw. Pretty solid throw for Conger, but unable to get Kipnis as he gets a hand in that base before the tag was applied.
Good off-speed pitch. 1-2. Conger and Jared to talk things over.
Most of the hits that Santana has gotten against Weaver have been fastballs. He's been very selective as far as not chasing a lot of off speed, whether it's a changeup or a curveball. And I still think at this point, stay slow, whether it's his curveball or changeup, be very effective against Santana. Your best pitch against him.
Brantley on deck, no score. This is pulled past the overshift and into right center field. Kipnis will come in to score. And it's 1-0 Cleveland. Santana with a 53rd RBI.
You can see he tried to sneak a fastball by him in 89, but he was on the fastball. When he was able to get that fastball in 89 out in front. The dust going off the bat, the rosin off the bat. Good contact on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Got it out in front. Santana. Was it he was guessing fastball? Like I said, he's had success against Weaver. 7 for 14. And almost every one of those hits, as I recall, have been on fastballs.
Here's Michael Brantley. Still nobody out here the fourth. Leadoff walk to Kipnis. Stolen base, and now base hit by Santana as Brantley looks at a strike. 0 for 1. He had a fly ball to Hamilton in the second.
Well, Brantley's been very solid in the outfield. Also mix in 10 outfield assists for him.
Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. 0-2. Filled in nicely in center field. Grady Sizemore dealing with all the injuries that he was going through. Now settling in left field on an everyday basis for Cleveland. Got a big league pedigree. Do you face his dad?
Yes. Mickey? Yeah. Talk about a guy that swung hard.
Just in case.
I always would believe in that. I was a hitter.
Right.
Swing as hard as you can just in case that baseball hits the bat. Go a long way.
This one's looped out towards shallow left field. Ibar got a good jump on it. 1 out. Nice play by Eric.
Between Ibar and Kendrick, they are two of the best in baseball as far as going back on a pop-up. Read it off the bat, realized he was going to have to go far enough into the outfield grass to make a play, was in position to do so. Cool look at our Phantom cam as far as getting back, how quick he was, and then reaching up and making that play. Almost looked routine. Off the bat, it looked like it was going to fall in.
Yep. One out, one on. As Dribble Cabrera, the batter. Hit by a pitch in the second inning. Fouls back the first one. A 1 count on the Indians' shortstop. See the power numbers dwindling. That, you know, you could say, all right, that's fine, but probably an aberration. The 25 home runs he hit in 2011. The average is the one that would concern you a little bit.
He's more of a 15 to 20 home run guy. That's a large total there. That 1 year 25.
Well, he hooks this one down the line on an off-speed pitch. Heading to third base is Santana. Calhoun's throw goes to second, and in there safely with a double is Cabrera. 28th double of the year. Now second and third with 1 out. Jason Giambi coming to the plate.
Well, this changeup, this wasn't a bad pitch. A little bit too much of the plate. Was out in front, but able to hook it. Kept his bat back long enough in the zone to be able to make contact. Even though his hips had flown open, he's kept his bat back long enough to be able to hook that down the right field line for a double. That's always the key for a hitter. Even though you might be fooled on the pitch and your hips are opened up, as long as you can try to keep the bat back long enough, you can have those type of results.
Giambi takes low. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Indians DH with a fly ball to center field to second. 0 for 1. 437 career home runs. So no. Weaver was cruising through the first 3 innings. Got through a 3-2 count on Kipnis leading off this 4th inning. Ended up issuing the walk, his first and only of the game. The inning has changed since then. 2 hits allowed, 3 overall in the game. Giambi skies one out toward right. Calhoun was back first, now coming in. Waiting for it, makes the catch. Santana tags. Here comes the throw from Calhoun, and Santana's safe as he gets that back part of the plate. It's 2-0 Cleveland.
Well, Calhoun had to wait for a long time for that fly ball from Giambi to come down. He tried to get himself in that position where he had momentum going forward. As he gets there, it's a pretty strong throw. But Santana with the slide, able to get the back part of the plate before Conger can apply a tag.
Chisenhall, a strikeout victim in a second. As Dribble Cabrera over at third base. This is off the end of the bat foul. One ball, 1 strike. 57 pitches thrown by Jerem. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Cleveland has struck for 2 here in the 4th. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Great play by a fan. Brought his glove. Had a little dance after he made the play.
That should go on YouTube. It was that good. One, two. Pulled foul. This one off the screen in front of the Indians dugout. Not a pitch is thrown by Weaver here in this 4th inning. The one hard hit ball to Santana, base hit for an RBI. Chisenhall drives this one out to right field. Make that 2 hard hit balls. It's a 2-run home run. And it is 4-0 Cleveland. That looked like an off-speed pitch, and Chisenhall picks up his 7th of the season.
One of the 2 guys in the lineup that had success against Weaver, one being Santana, the other being Chisenhall. Both with some hits, key hits in this inning. Off speed has been up. A couple of changeups so far in this game for Weaver. His elbow has dropped and has elevated the changeup, even though the speed has been good as far as velocity and the differential between his fastball and changeup. But then when it's up like that, you can adjust as a hitter and make good contact like Chisenhall did. 7th home run of the year.
When was the last time you could say it? In back-to-back starts for Jared Weaver, he's allowed 3 innings in which he's given up 4 runs.
Changeup, and then the elbow stays low enough where it elevates and keeps the changeup up around belt high. Changeup that's around belt high, very difficult for a hitter to miss.
Weaver gave up 4 runs in the 1st inning in his last start, 4 runs in the 2nd inning, and now 4 runs here in the 4th. Drops down, and that one's fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes. You know what? I'm just going back now. The 8 runs, 8 of those runs, those 2 innings, Yankee Stadium with 2 outs. 2 of these 4 with 2 outs, which is so uncharacteristic for Jared.
Yeah, dismiss him with location with his changeup. Talked about it in the pregame show, the importance of his changeup and curveball against this Cleveland lineup. When he throws those 2 pitches well, they don't make a whole lot of contact.
Gomes fouls it back. Strikeout victim in the 3rd. 0 for 1 in the hole at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Impressive thing for Chisenhall is that, as you pointed, pitch was elevated, but it was away. It was on the outer 3rd of home plate. Still able to pull a changeup for a home run here. Two balls, 2 strikes. 30 pitches thrown by Weaver here in the 4th. Cleveland with a 4-0 lead. Two on the way. Breaking pitch in the dirt.
Hard slider from Weaver, overthrew that one. One thing that was interesting to see when we looked in the dugout for Cleveland with Giambi talking to a number of the position players, talking and looking at what they can see or pick up from Weaver. Is there a certain kind of pitch? Is his arm angle slightly different?
This one pulled toward the hole. Diving stop by Ibar. Fires to first. Can't get it. Nice play by Eric, but an infield base hit.
Boy, Ibar's just been playing some fantastic defense of late. This ball was hit well by Gomes. This is in the outfield grass. Diving. Talk about range. Still gets up, throws across the diamond. You're not going to throw him out, but what a play, though, by Ibar. Well, I had a chance to talk to him earlier today, and I said, Eric, just continue to lead the way you play the game, because that's all I know how to do is play the game hard.
Quick visit to the mound by Mike Butcher. There's Michael Bourne. Leadoff man swings and misses. 8th batter of the 4th inning. Bourne is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Next up the middle, right off the mound. Gomes will stay at second as the throw comes in from Borges. So 2 on with 2 outs. And Nick Swisher now coming up. And I know it's easier said than done, but you can't let your emotions get the best of you when an inning like this kind of manifests itself.
Yeah, that's when you have to have that bulldog mentality. Say, okay, all right, I've had a tough inning. I got to shut him down right here. Trust my offense to come back. If not, I'm going to put up as many zeros as possible to make sure this game stays close all the way to the end. Boy, my era, Dave Stewart, Jack Morris were so good as far as when they have an inning like this, especially early in the game, their mindset is, okay, all right, I had a bad inning, but you're going to see me out there pitching in the 8th and 9th inning. And if the offense can do something for me, I'm going to end up getting a W.
First 3 innings, very, very good. This inning, 4 runs on 5 hits. Swisher pulls this one to Trumbo. The inning comes to an end. The Cleveland strikes for 4 on 5 hits. They lead it 4-0. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-AT&T. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. And by Toyota's nationwide clearance event. Now you can save big on every Toyota car, truck, and SUV. Halos play from behind here, the bottom of the 4th inning. Cleveland with a 4-run 4th on 5 hits, capped off by Lonnie Chisenhall's 2-run home run, 7th of the year, now with 28 runs batted in. See what the middle part of the order can do for the Angels against Zach McAllister. Had to sit for a while. Ibar, Hamilton, and Trumbo. McAllister, however, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit allowed.
Well, if I'm Eric Ibar, I'm challenging Santana at first base, drag a bunt.
Eric grounded into a double play in the first inning. 4-6-3 variety. 0 for 1.
The reason why I say that, Santana, catcher by trade, playing first base here.
One pitch. Breaking pitch. Upstairs. 2-1. Chisenhall playing in at third base as Ibar lifts him down the left field line. Tailing away from Brantley. That is going to fall in and go for extra bases. Ibar will stop at second. It's a leadoff double. First time tonight the Angels have had a man reach second base.
Surprised how far Brantley was playing off the line on Eric Ibar. Hit this one well down the left field line, but settled in there nicely. But he was well off the left field line. And Ibar serves the baseball well out to that part of the field. 21st double. Now in scoring positions, the offense tries to respond right back.
Hamilton chases the high fastball. It's an 0-1 count.
Look at the MLB leaders in RBI since July 4th. Soriano's been on fire, but Josh Hamilton with 31 himself. 5th place in that category since July 4th.
Fouls this one off. It's a no balls, 2 strikes. Hamilton, one of the 5 punch outs McAllister's picked up, and he's looked good so far tonight.
This just in, and the American League Player of the Week was Soriano, by the way.
Get out. Shot foul.
Can you imagine if you're anybody else in the American League, you think, I have some pretty good numbers, and then you look at Soriano and say, well, no, not quite his numbers. Although I think he went 0 for 6 last night.
Did he? It was bound to happen. He was 0 for 5 to start the week against the Angels. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And then went crazy.
So you start off 0 for 5 against the Angels in that series. And then you end up 0 for 6 in the game, I think, last night. So you were unbelievable in between.
Yeah. Serious bookends right there. Ibar with a leadoff double, his 21st of the year. Another 1-2 outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trumbo's on deck. 4 runs for Cleveland as they batted around in the 4th inning.
And Hamilton's seen a number of fastballs and 2 at bats against McAllister.
Now the 2-2. This is popped up left side of the infield. Chisenhall comes in. 1 out. I believe that was another fastball too, and on the hands.
To pop it up. The reason why you get a pop up, pretty good idea where this baseball is going to be on the bat. Towards the end of the bat. And unable to square that up with a big part of the barrel. That's pretty cool how when that baseball hits the bat, the vibration, especially when you don't quite square up the baseball. That Phantom Cam's amazing.
Trumbo fouls it back. It's an 0-1 count. Mark struck out leading off the second. 0 for 1. Halos in this series against Houston just 5 for 24 with men in scoring position. That's a 208 average. As a team on the season, 258. .316 batting average with men in scoring position. This is looped out to right. A base hit for Trumbo. Ibar is going to be waved in. Here comes the throw from Swisher. It's way offline. It's an RBI single for Trumbo. The Angels get on the board.
Nice approach by Trumbo. Well read by Dino Ebel, a third, going to challenge Nick Swisher's throwing arm. The other two outfielders, Bourne with 6 assists, Brantley with 10 assists. Nick Swisher with just 1 this season. Runs another fastball, ran in, but an inside-out approach for Trumbo. Ends up with a base hit, and Swisher charges it well, but then that throws up the first base side of the plate. No chance to get out Eric Ibar.
So Trumbo picks up his 82nd RBI, and the Angels get 1 back. And here's Hank Conger. Drew a walk in the second, the only base on balls that McAllister has issued. There's the first one upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. McAllister got the start tonight, but it was originally supposed to be Danny Salazar, who now is going to be pushed back to tomorrow. He'll get the start tomorrow. Both McAllister and Salazar getting extra days in rotation. Salazar with good stuff.
Man, he's got a good arm.
Yes, he does.
It's going to be a challenge tomorrow night.
2 balls and no strikes. 23-year-old. Making his 4th start. TJ Wilson on the hill. How about that? He had signed as a non-drafted free agent. That's what Salazar was. Big arm.
Well, remember we were in Cleveland talking to a lot of people around the Indians organization, how excited they are, and they keep saying this, talking about free and easy with his motion, and can bring that fastball.
Conger pulls the off-speed pitch, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Pretty good scouting. Somebody, as a scout, cross-check, or however you want to look at it, saw something in that young man.
His average fastball, 96. And a good changeup to boot.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Take a look at Zach McAllister's motion as far as his off-speed changeup. Turns it over. You can see the pronation of the wrist. We talk about that a lot. A Phantom Cam can really pick that up the way the wrist turns, especially on an off-speed pitch, and still be able to maintain his balance, to turn the wrist, turn the changeup over.
Two foul back. .58 pitches thrown by McAllister. To the 5 strikeouts and a walk. Give up a leadoff double to Ibar. And with 1 out, Trumbo brought him home with a base hit to right. Mark standing at first. This is lined toward right center field. Swisher not going to get there. It gets by him. Trumbo's on his way to third. It's going to be stopped right there. Swisher gets the baseball back in. Now the ball goes off the glove, but still Trumbo with the stop sign from Dino Ebel. It's a double for Hank Conger.
Yeah, things could be slightly different if it's a tie game or late in the game. But at this point of the game, in the 4th inning, you want to have 2 guys in scoring position, not take that chance, because Swisher was able to get that in quickly after unable to cut it off. Hank Conger, it's a fastball and drives it to right center field. His 10th double of the season. Ball jumped off his bat and quickly split the gap. Dino right there, right away, holding up Trumbo, making sure he doesn't drift too far away from the base.
Mickey Callaway, former big league pitcher, now pitching coach for Cleveland, pays a visit. Infield will play back with a 4-1 lead. And in the fourth inning with one out. Trumbo at third, Conger at second. Here's Chris Nelson. Saw 3 pitches in the second inning and went down swinging. His 5-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. Chasing that high fastball. It's an 0-1 count. Now that alley in right center field opened up for Chris, and we've seen him take that shot out that way with Swisher playing more towards the foul line. There's a look at that alley.
Especially with McAllister throwing his four-seam fastball out over the plate like that. Boy, a perfect pitch to punch out to right field. Now your approach changes now if you're Chris Nelson. Now you're thinking in terms of, even if I make it out, I want to hit a ground ball to the middle part of the field so I can get Trumbo home. They're going to give up the run and a ground ball to short or second.
0-2 pitch. This is lifted out towards shallow right. Swisher is there. He'll make the catch. Trumbo tags. Here comes the throw from Swisher. It is in time, apparently. Home plate umpire Dan
I don't know if he tagged him.
Says that Gomes touched him on the arm, and Trumbo says he did not. Mike Scioscia's going to come out and argue.
High throw from Swisher.
Yeah. Four to 1 Cleveland.
Look and see if Gomes did apply a tag to Trumbo. But there wasn't a whole lot of movement in the uniform if that tag was applied to Trumbo. Boy, it looked like he missed him.
Breaking pitch to Jason Kipnis to lead off the fifth inning. It's down low, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Trumbo reached back to touch home plate, so he didn't feel like he felt a tag.
If anything, it must have just barely touched his uniform, but there was no movement in the uniform.
That's pretty much the same look that the home plate umpire had. Dan Isonia, this one out to left. Josh Hamilton tracking it down. Makes the grab for the first out here in the fifth.
Well, this is where Jared Weaver has to be the Jared Weaver we know, the competitive one. Gave up 4 runs in the fourth. The team responded back with 1. Yet it was maybe a missed call at the plate. But the reality is the offense woke up against McAllister. They're going to score some runs. Now it's up to Jared in his mindset to put up some zeros here for a while, put yourself in position to win a game.
Santana takes a fastball up and away. Playing first base tonight, 1 for 2. Singled home a run and scored himself in the 4th inning. 53rd run batted in for Santana. Two 2-0. 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 left on for Cleveland. 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 left on for the Angels. They had 3 hits in the 4th inning and only able to get 1 run out of it. 2-1. Santana angered himself that he didn't pull the trigger on that breaking ball.
Yeah, he's very patient on all speed pitches against Weaver. He's not taking a chance to swing at many of those pitches at all. He looks for a fastball against him.
Good hitter, 363 on base percentage. Michael Brantley on deck. That's a strike.
And no seam fastball caught the inside corner. Set up for a changeup here. Try to keep it down, though.
Payoff pitch. And he walked him. So 1 out walk. It's a second issued by Weaver. We'll bring up Brantley. Fans, one of the most affordable ways to see the Angels is with the OC Register Family Fun Pack. This pack includes 4 tickets, 4 dogs, 4 sodas, $44. That's it. Fun packs are available for select games while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on at angels.com/fun pack.
Well, certain hitters read the baseball well out of pitcher's hands. It seems to be that Carlos Santana sees the ball and reads the ball well from Weaver.
This one grounded to second base. Should be 2. Green. Foul, trouble. Inning-ending double play. And we will head to the bottom of the 5th with Cleveland on top 4-1. Score 4-1. Nice double play that Grant Green started there, but back in the 1st inning had issues. Wasn't that firm of a throw to Eric Ibar.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, that flip throw, a long flip throw. That allowed Swisher to be able to slide hard at Eric Ibar to prevent a double play. But this time around, because he's closer, a more firm flip to him, enabled him to get in that position to turn a double play and avoid the slide in at second base.
Yeah, a little shovel pass the first time, didn't have much on it. Underhand this time a little bit more.
Again, it's an adjustment for him. He's working hard with Alfredo Griffin as far as those turns and flips from the second base position as compared to playing shortstop.
Cole Calhoun leading things off. It's the bottom third of the order for the Angels here in the fifth against McAllister, Calhoun, Green, and Borges. Cole 0 for 1. Hit a fly ball to center field. That ended the second inning. Already playing in his 21st game. Seems like just yesterday he got called up.
Yeah. And the way the defense is situated against him, they're pitching him away. They're assuming he's going to hit the ball to left field, left center field. And that's where we would have been hoping to see Calhoun. But if he turns on one, he's got a lot of room in right field. He's wishing well off the line in right field, also in the outfield.
Gets jammed, rolls one toward first. McAllister's covering. There's out number one. And right now it seems, Mark, you tell me, just from a pitcher standpoint, that Cole is that caught in between moment right now, because he was turning and burning on the pitches on the inside part of the plate. Then they started pitching him away, and now he's looking away. He gets fastballs in. He looks in. He gets the off-speed stuff away.
That's why hitting is so difficult. Bottom line is, the best way to be able to go up there and hit is just relax and just look for a pitch in your spot. Don't try to do too much. Don't look away. Don't change your stances all that much. Just look and react and see the baseball out of the pitcher's hand is probably your best approach to have. Because when you're on the mound and you're facing a guy that's caught in between, like you mentioned, you got a pretty good chance of getting him out. Because even when you make a mistake, he's already out trying to outthink himself. So that mistake that you made is missed by him.
Green fouls it back, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. I go back to the fact that he was ahead of the count at 2-0. We're talking about Cole Calhoun here. And then takes a fastball right down Broadway. And it's 2-1. And that, yeah, it's fine. If you're going good, you're like, all right, no problem, I saw it. But when you're going and you're caught in between, that 2-1 fastball, all of a sudden what creeps in your mind is, I should have pulled the trigger.
Yeah, then you're almost automatically going to swing at the next pitch.
Exactly.
Because you missed that one, and you're thinking, well, will he throw that same exact pitch? No. More than likely, you're not going to get that same pitch. So when you get your one pitch you want to make good contact with, you have to go out and attack it. That's why you just clear your mind and relax and look for that one zone. Look for the baseball out of the hand of the pitcher, react, read, and make contact.
And because of the opportunities presented him, gets to learn at the major league level, then figure that out. McAllister, a little breather, falling behind at 3-1 on Green. Ran 0 for 1 with that punch out, down looking in the third inning. Gets this one fouling out of play on the first base side. Full count.
Well, McAllister looks very, very comfortable on the mound tonight.
3-2. Grant shoots one out to right field and falls in for a hit.
That's the best way to make him uncomfortable, thinking he made a pretty good pitch. The Grant Green inside out approach hit it well to right field.
Fifth hit of the night for the Angels. They'll bring up Peter Borges.
Boy, fastball away. Boy, what a nice approach. Didn't try to do too much. Just reacted on the baseball and hit it well to right field.
Breaking pitches down low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Oh, for 10 since coming off the DL. Chisenhall playing it at third base. 1-1. A day off yesterday until He pinch hit in the ninth inning. First of 3 against Cleveland. This one toward short. Cabrera feeds Kipnis for 1. Relay back to first. Inning-ending double play. Second turn by Cleveland tonight. 5 complete here at the Big A. Cleveland still on top 4-1. Score of 4-1, all 4 runs in the 4th inning. Lonnie Chisenhall with a 2-run home run. Jared Weaver 4 earned runs. Previous 5 home starts, he had allowed 4 total. Mark Trumbull with an RBI single, the only lone run that the Angels had put on the board. That was in the 4th inning. Halos had 3 hits in that one. But Swisher's throw on the call at the plate, double play that ended that 4th. Here in the 6th, Cabrera, Giambi, Chisenhall, 6, 7, and 8 for Cleveland. First one in for a strike. Jared faced the minimum 3 batters in the 5th inning. Issued a 1-out walk to Santana, but then got the double play ball off the bat of Michael Brantley. Cabrera hit by a pitch and a double. 1 for 1. He's also scored a run.
Yeah, he hooked a double down the right field line on a changeup. So far in this sequence, a couple of fastballs against him. Boy, good slow curveball at 71 miles an hour for Weaver.
Got him to reach for another one. Still at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball got him looking. 1 down. Strikeout number 4 for Weaver. Folks, one of the most affordable ways to see the Angels is, again, with that OC Register Family Fun Pack. This pack includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for only $44. Fun Pack's available for select games while supplies last. Purchase tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office, or log on
at Angels.com/funpack. It is a fun pack.
Good breaking pitch. Giambi 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center and a sac fly in the 4th inning. He shoots this one into left field. Hamilton over. Plays it on a couple of hops. Giambi is going to try to go to second. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and Giambi in there with a hustle double.
7th double of the year for Giambi. Is it high fastball? But he got the good part of the bat, barreled up on that fastball that was up. Giambi chokes up on the bat. Strong, fights that high fastball off and hits it to left field for a double.
Puts a man on for Chisenhall, who homered in the 4th. Fouls this one back. Fouled back. Boy, a late swing by Chisenhall there. 0-2. Let's go back and revisit our Hyundai key to the game.
Nothing but a J thang for Weaver. Now, a lot of times when you're a pitcher and you're dealing, all of a sudden you look up, there's zeros up there, 6th, 7th inning. But the true competitors in games in which they have a tough inning like Weaver had in the 4th inning, which he gave up 4, you look up and you're still out there with a chance to win the game. And that's what I fully expect here from Weaver. Competitive, finding a way to be able to get deep in this game, an opportunity to win.
Breaking pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The home run that Chisenhall hit in the 4th inning is 7th. There's the 1-2. Fouled back. Breaking pitch out toward right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Giambi is going to be stopped at 3rd base.
Pretty good decision for Giambi to stop at 3rd base. Well played by Cole Calhoun, getting it in quickly.
So 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Yan Gomes coming to the plate. And Weaver at 95 pitches so far. Chisenhall 2 for 3 now.
When Giambi right there stops and then puts on the brakes and then slips and falls. But well played, aggressively played by Cole Calhoun in right field.
This is a bouncer toward 3rd. Nelson is going to fire home. Giambi is out of the play. 2 down. Nice play by Chris Nelson.
Great decision. A lot of times in a ground ball, you're thinking a double play, but in that one, it's hit too slow. So the reaction for Chris Nelson going home right away and getting Giambi, who's going on contact. Strong throw. That's a tough in-between hop, too, for Nelson. Good throw into Hank Conger, who applies the tag. No path at all to the plate. Hank Conger does not allow Giambi to get towards the plate. The tag is applied. That's why it's so important to have an arm like Cole Calhoun out in the right field. You prevent Giambi from scoring, and you set up that situation where you have a chance to make a play at the plate.
Bourne 1 for 3. Get a base hit back up the middle the last time up as he swings and misses on the off speed. 0-2.
Giambi did a lot of running there.
Yes, he did. And you know Terry Francona's not giving him any grief.
Oh.
0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He had to work hard to get that double to begin with.
That
was prices with Terry Francona.
He took a rather interesting route from second to third on that base hit by Chisenhall. There were a couple of turns there. 1-2, and that got him looking. Down goes Bourne. The inning comes to an end. Nice job by Weaver to work his way out of it. Well, at the bottom of the 6th inning, Halo still down 4-1. Great shots using the Phantom Cam here at the Big A. Hope you've enjoyed some of those shots. 4-1 Indians.
I just love what the angles we can get and the reaction from the pitcher's arm, the baseball off the bat, whether it's barreled up or off the end of the bat or off the handle of the bat.
Yep. Halos down by 3. Have the top of their order coming up now. And Chuck, Ibar, and Hamilton. Zach McAllister, 75 pitches, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 5 punch-outs. Career high for punch-outs, 8. Came into this one with a 5-7 mark and a 3.74 ERA. And 16 starts.
3rd time through for him now, though.
Jamie Shuck 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. You know, the one thing I take away from the first 5 innings for Zach McAllister tonight is he's changed the eye level, whether deliberate or otherwise. He's missed upstairs or he's missed up and in.
But it's made his fastball in the corners looks down very, very effective. It's not 99, 98. It's firm at 92, 93. But you're right, because he can go upstairs with a fastball, and as a hitter, you're trying to check that level. Then all of a sudden, it's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball in the corner at the knees. You see a lot of either takes or awkward swings to that pitch.
I mean, I hate to use the term wild or effectively wild, because he's not wild, but he's missed enough where it puts something in the back of your
you're not
mind
comfortable looking for one spot against him. Back upstairs again. More likely you're going to see him go downstairs with a fastball down and away now.
Off speed is yanked foul just behind Alfredo Griffin. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Indians have turned 3 double plays against the Angels tonight. True, the 2 of them the traditional way, the infield, the other one the fly ball to right field. Swisher throwing out Trumbo at the plate. 2-2, a little jam shot flared toward Dino.
And another thing he does well is pitches inside, both the lefties and the righties.
Chuck, tired of waiting, backs out. 8 hits for Cleveland, 5 for the Angels. Ground ball towards short. Asdrubal Cabrera fields it, gets rid of it quickly. Chuck is retired for the first out.
Now it's time for our Carl's Jr. Sports update around the majors. Jose Fernandez tries to slow down the Dodgers, did so, picked up a win, went 6 quality innings, and then the fallout from the fiasco at Fenway. Last night at Fenway Park, Ryan Dempster first pitch behind Alex Rodriguez, then fastball in, and then he drilled him on a 3-0 count. And Brian Honora right away warns both benches. I thought for sure at some point there was going to be some more batters. There was a couple more Yankees that were hit, but they were on breaking balls, and it's up to the umpire to determine whether or not there's some intent behind those pitches inside.
Well, if they had read anything leading into that series, you'd realize there may have been some sort of intent. Didn't John Lackey say?
Yeah.
He should be drilled.
Yeah, John doesn't
that might
mix
be
his words a whole lot.
Yeah.
But John
flag.
Lackey did pitch against him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, A-Rod responded pretty well.
Oh.
And a base hit, a home run, a mammoth home run to center field.
The chopper toward the middle. Kipnis in. 2 outs. Yeah, I thought for sure that if he hit a home run that he was going to pimp it. The only problem was that he hit it to straightaway center field. You just never know at Fenway Park. It ended up being a bomb. But if he pulls one toward the monster, that's got bat flip.
Yeah.
Pop the jersey.
He did look over at Ryan Dempster.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of booing in Fenway for, well, there always is for the Yankees anyhow in A-Rod, but there was certainly a lot during the course of that game.
But he ended up going 3 for 4.
Yeah.
Right. A couple of RBIs. Here's Hamilton.
And we saw him in New York. He didn't have a whole lot of bat speed, but he seemed to, ever since when he got hit by that pitch, that bat speed increased and woke him up. And it woke up the Yankees because at that point they were trailing into the game.
Off speed high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Oh for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a pop-up. Michael Kahn getting ready in the bullpen.
Saw Mike Scioscia talk to Jerry Weaver when he walked off the mound. Patted him on the back. It may be it for Weave.
Hamilton fouls it off to the left.
Pretty good swing. 3-1.
Two ground ball outs to start the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-1 Cleveland. 3-2. Fouled off the left again.
Boy, another fastball.
Indians fan made a great catch and
He's getting booed.
yeah, well,
As well he should. Especially because he's right next to an Angel fan who made a play earlier in the ball game.
this is Sky to center. Michael Bourne calls for it. Now backpedals to make the catch, and the Angels go down in order. 6 complete here at Angel Stadium. Cleveland on top 4-1. combos for only $3.99 plus tax. Go big at a participating Jack in the Box today. And by Chase. Send money to almost anyone, anywhere with your smartphone. Chase, quick pay, so you can. Top of the 7th here at the Big A. Jared Weaver is done after 6 innings. Michael Kahn takes over in and out. Who's in, who's out. Kahn will be facing 2, 3, and 4 for the Indians. Swisher, Kipnis, and Santana.
The all-important thing for Michael Kahn is that first pitch strike, command of the strike zone, 94 to 96, hard slider. Just scored this inning yesterday. 21 pitches, though. In his 47th game.
Yeah, a lot of games, a lot of innings for a lot of guys out of that Angels bullpen. Nick Swisher tonight, 1 for 3, singled back in the first inning. First one's in for a strike. Weaver gave up 8 hits, including the home run to Chisenhall. He struck out 5, walked 2, gave up 4 runs, all earned. This one pulled foul. 0-2 count. A couple of finals around baseball. Mets defeated Minnesota 6-1. Tampa Bay defeated Baltimore 4-3. David Price got the start in that one. Texas, you pointed out earlier, 16-5 winners over Houston. Seattle has tied it up at the Coliseum. It's 1-1 against Oakland in the bottom of the 8th inning. Swisher strikes out swinging. 1 down. Let's revisit our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. And if you like uniforms, you'll love this question. Most outrageous uni in baseball history. And right now, the White Sox shorts and collared shirts look at 60% of the vote.
That looks so comfortable.
Okay, so you got Dennis Eckersley in the blood clot, right?
Looks
blood
like
clot red. It's J.R. Richard in the middle in the rainbow. Who was that? Was it Craig Graybeck? That would have been.
That was before his time.
Yeah, it was before his time. Bucky Dent.
Bucky Dent.
Yeah.
We were teammates in Kansas City in 1984. Still famous for that home run at Fenway Park and a comeback by the Yankees to overtake the Red Sox and go to the playoffs.
People forget Eckersley was a starter.
Yeah,
at one time.
Very good starter. Had a no-no in his career.
Two balls and a strike. Didn't Rick Manning play on? Did he play with that?
Yeah,
he played on those. He wore the uniform.
Yeah, he wore those uniforms too.
Rick Manning, one of the broadcasters for the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, great guy. Matt Underwood does a great job as well. Next door to us is Kipnis. Skies this one out to shallow center. Eric Ibar calling for it. Peter Borges calls him off. 2 down. Got so used to calling Rick Arch or Archie.
Or we call him Peyton now.
Yeah, or Eli.
Can't go wrong anyway. Bucky Dent wearing those unis.
He thought he destroyed the negatives.
I'm sure
that
he did.
Picture still exists.
Didn't Greg Lazinski wear that at one point too?
Oh, somewhat of a slimming look on Bull. Santana has popped out. Picked up an RBI single and walked. He's also scored a run. Two balls and no strikes. Three infielders on the right side against Santana. Switch hitter, catcher by trade, first baseman for Cleveland tonight. 2-0. This was pulled foul.
Yeah, he's pretty patient at the plate. He leads the team with walks with 63. Coming to game now 64 with his walk back in the 5th. I mentioned earlier, he seems to have seen the ball well throughout his career out of the hand of Jared Weaver, because he doesn't chase Weave's curveball or changeup. He just looks and senses when the fastball is coming. Other than that, he doesn't swing at it. I mean, there's certain hitters that just see the ball well out of your hand no matter what. It could be the best hitter on the team. It could be a very good hitter like Carlos Santana, but sometimes even the guys that don't necessarily hit real well, but they see the ball out of your hand, they have a good opportunity to be able to make contact against you.
2-2 now. Inside, full count. Brantley on deck. 4 runs in the top of the 4th inning for Cleveland. The Angels got one back in the bottom of the inning. That's where we stand right now. 4-1 Indians here in the 7th. Halos in the bottom of the inning. We'll have Trumbo, Conger, and Nelson coming up, whose time is called. And he walked him.
Well, you mentioned Craig Grayback. I remember him when he was with the White Sox, had a home run off of Nolan Ryan. And because he told me the story, because we were together as teammates with the Angels, and the next at bat wasn't real pretty for him. Because no one, you know, first time around when a guy hits a home run against you, didn't really like it a whole lot. I don't think Craig was real comfortable at the plate the next time around against Nolan.
Drew Stubbs takes over as a pinch runner at first base.
Guy with great speed.
Brantley's 0 for 3 tonight. Mentioned Stubbs with good speed. 14 stolen bases, been caught once.
Pretty much means he'll play right field and bring Nick Swisher in to play first base. Well, the best way to sell that move, to step off, is casually step off the pitching rubber, and then the very next one do the same thing, and then you fire over to first base. See, if you just step off slowly, a lot of times the base runner won't move. And then you can do it again, step off slowly, then you throw over quickly. You can get a runner every once in a while. But when you step off quickly, they sense that and they stop and work their way back.
Here's the first one. Down and away. Kahn retired the first 2 batters. Swisher on a punch out. Kipnis on a fly ball to shallow center before issuing the walk to Santana. Stubbs again with a big lead at first base. 2-0. There goes back to the conversation we've had a number of times this year. 2 outs, a man at first base. Concentration shifts to the guy at first base as opposed to the guy at the plate.
Well, I'm just looking at the outfielders for the Angels right now. They're all glove on their hip, not quite ready until the pitch is going to be thrown here, obviously, but you want to have them ready to go right away without the pace being slowed down. You want that quick step to be able to react and catch a fly ball or something hit well into the outfield. Same thing with an infielder. Again, the best way for a base runner to get back and avoiding the tag is to go to that back part of the base. The view there in our Phantom cam by Drew Stubbs going to the back part makes it a longer tag for a first baseman.
2-1. Took a little bit off that fastball. Things certainly have come to a screeching halt here in the 7th. No throw. Clearly understand the strategy if there was less than 2 outs, trying to keep a double play in effect. I think it's almost a disservice to the guy on the mound.
Thing is, Michael Kahn's pretty quick to the plate.
Yeah.
Hank Conger's got a good throwing arm. He's really improved on that since spring training. Coming into this game throwing out 28% of would-be base stealers.
Fouled off to the left. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But also on the flip side of that, the Angels have struggled mightily as far as slowing down an opponent's running game, though. So as a manager, pitching coach, bench coach, there's only certain things you can try to do to prevent guys from getting that extra base against you. And sometimes that means throwing over a number of times. Sometimes it means holding the ball or stepping off the rubber. But until the pitching staff and in general takes it upon themselves to be quicker or do things to be able to slow down the running game, you're going to see this quite a bit.
Now full count. And Stubbs is going to be taken off of the pitch regardless. And Trumbo moves back with a left-handed batter, so Stubbs will get a nice big lead and be on the move. And he walked it. Fans, make sure to enter to win the all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado at Diamond Field. Box Angels tickets with the Summer of Silverado giveaway. For more info and to enter, just go online at angels.com/Chevy. This kind of leads into the point that trying to make. Now you've got stress, first and second.
Back-to-back 2-out walks.
Right. And facing his Drupal Cabrera now.
And granted, he has struggled somewhat this year. He has been their number 4 hitter, so he's a guy that's capable of getting the job done here.
Cabrera hit by a pitch, double, and a strikeout. 1 for 2 tonight. All 3 of those coming against Jared Weaver. Two on for Cleveland, both with good speed. Cabrera delivers a strike. Borges and Calhoun a little deeper than normal, center and right respectively. Hamilton shallow and left. It's 0-2. Pickoff attempted second. Ibar's got the ball. Did he hold on to it? No.
They had him too.
Kahn fired a missile to second.
That's pretty tough to handle if you're a shortstop. You're covering the base. You're trying to find the base and apply a tag. Boy, handcuffed him. That was about 97 from a shorter distance. Ned Stubbs just moved the ball away. I don't think you're allowed to touch the baseball.
This is pulled right to Grant Green. The inning comes to an end. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. 4-1 Cleveland. Have not been able to solve Zach McAllister. They almost did in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they picked up 3 hits, 1 run, but a double play ended the threat. 3 double plays, matter of fact, turned by the Cleveland Indians tonight. And here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Trumbo, Conger, and Nelson to face Zach McAllister. Stubbs stays in the game. He's out in right field. That moves Nick Swisher in to first base. Mark Trumbo 1 for 2, an RBI single to the 4th inning. Picked up his 82nd run batted into the season, but he was thrown out, or at least called out at the plate. No definitive replay for us. Didn't appear as if Gomes tagged it, but close enough for
that would have been an interesting one if it had replay on that one. That would have been a very difficult play to overrule because it really wasn't anything concrete. It didn't look like there was a tag applied. I even asked Rick Manning on their side with Cleveland. He thought he was safe also, but it would have been a very difficult overrule on a play that close.
Two-0 pitch. Fouled back. And conversely, had he called him safe, And Terry Francona had it replayed. Same thing.
Same thing. When we get back to this play right here, Drew Stubbs touched the baseball. If you touch the baseball there, he should be, if the umpire sees that, ruled out.
Trumbo pops it up. Jason Kipnis out a couple of steps. One away. Action at both bullpens out of left field. Brian Shaw, the right-hander, Rich Hill, the lefty. Buddy Boshear's getting ready for the Angels, the left-hander. Conger 1 for 1. He walked into second, doubled in the fourth. .96 pitches thrown by McAllister. 62 have been for strikes. 5 punch outs, 1 walk. The 5 hits allowed as Conger rips one down the right field line. A towering shot toward the foul pole. That is foul. Brian Knight with the call. Hank stopped running about 3/4 of the way to first base, realizing it was hooking.
They wanted to bring out the Carlton fist to try to bring it back. A little bit too far.
Somebody eventually has to do that again, don't they?
Yeah, you have to.
Especially in a World Series game. 0-2 count now. The double that Conger picked up in the fourth inning, his 10th of the year. That's outside.
.98 pitches thrown, 63 in the strike zone for McAllister.
2-2.
Sounds like he has a heavy baseball. The sound up here. Again, not upper 90s, but firm. And still runs inside with the fastball very well, lefties and righties.
Count remains at 2-2. McAllister threw 105 pitches last time out. That was at Minnesota on the 13th. That was in 6 innings of work. 6 1/3 so far tonight. Count remains at 2-2. Chris Nelson is on deck. Full count.
That's one pitch he hasn't had a feel for, whether it's his changeup or split finger fastball. His curveball has been pretty good, but his fastball command has been very good.
Payoff pitch. And he walked him. So the 2 walks that McAllister's issued tonight both have gone to Conger. That puts a man on for Chris Nelson with 1 out here the 7th. Terry Francona now coming out, and that's going to be it for McAllister. McAllister, I think, wanted to stay in the game. So the big right-hander done after 6 1/3. He did a nice job tonight with the 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. He departs with a man at first base. 1 out here the 7th of pitching change. Halos down 4-1. pitches, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. One of those walks standing at first base. That's Hank Conger. Brian Shaw takes over on the mound. With 1 out here, he'll face Chris Nelson.
Brian Shaw, 2-3 mark with 3.9895 ERA, 52 punch-outs, 54 2/3 innings pitched, fastball 90-94. It was a cut fastball, slider, curve, and changeup.
Chris Nelson tonight 0 for 2. It's a breaking ball inside. Nelson with a strikeout and that flying ball to right field in the 4th inning. 52nd game for Shaw. 54 2/3 innings, 52 strikeouts.
23 walks though, so he can get wild.
1-0. That's in there. Count even up at a ball and a strike. Shaw acquired in the offseason from the Diamondbacks, 3-team deal. Cincinnati, the other team. It was a deal that Shin-Soo Choo ended up going from Cleveland to Cincy. The 1-1. It's fouled back. 1-2. Choo also a free agent to be.
Put up some pretty good numbers for Cincinnati, who've been playing very good of late themselves. That whole division. NL Central.
One ball, 2 strikes. Conger with the short lead at first. Foul tip downward into the mitt. 2 down. Cole Calhoun coming to the plate now. The game at the Coliseum would final. Oakland defeated Seattle 2-1. So Oakland remains a half game behind Texas. The Rangers defeating Houston. Tampa Bay and Oakland both leading the wild card race in the American League. Baltimore drops a game in that wild card chase. They are now 4 back in the 2nd spot with their loss to Tampa Bay today. And right on cue.
Look at that. Cleveland 5 back, Baltimore 4 back in the wild card. Kansas City and New York all of a sudden in that conversation.
A ball and a strike here on Cole. 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, a ground ball to first. 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch pulled to first. Swisher's got it. That is a fair ball. Home plate umpire Dana Sogna making the call. The inning comes to an end. 7 complete. Cleveland on top 4-1. And by 76, we're on the driver's side. Top of the 8th inning here at the Big A. Buddy Boshears takes over on the mound for Michael Kahn with the Halos down by the score of 4-1. Buddy will face the bottom third of the order in Giambi, Chisenhall, and Gomes. Boshears pitching now his 7th big league game. No record. 5.40 ERA, 3 1/3 innings, 3 hits. Made his major league debut August 10th at Cleveland, and he struck out Jason Kipnis.
In a stressful situation at that point, too. Mike Scioscia put in was a first and third in that game.
Jason Giambi, the DH. 1 for 2. Doubled his last time up, was thrown out at the plate. A ground ball, Gomes, the catcher hit to Chris Nelson at third. And he drives the first one out to center. Borges puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hey, you can catch the rest of the 2013 season in HD quality. Just watch every out-of-market game live on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Catch the games on MLB.tv. Did you hear the announcement today that Major League Baseball and Sirius XM signed a 6-year deal that now that if you're a Sirius subscriber, you can get all the games on the radio?
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Before that, all you had was XM listeners. You know, I can get it in my truck. I couldn't get it in my car, though. But now you get all the games on both.
I'm set.
Happy guy.
Yeah.
There's Mike Avila's pinch hitting here for Lonnie Chisenhall. He will look at a strike. Avila's hitting .261 this season. 94th game for him. There's 7 home runs and 33 runs batted in on the year. 2 for 9 as a pinch hitter with an RBI. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chisenhall finished off going 2 for 3. A 2-run home run off Weaver in the 4th and a single in the 6th. This is lined out toward right center field. It's a base hit. Borges cuts it off, and Avila stops at first.
Aviles gets a fastball. Boy, you got the good part of the bat. Good part of that barrel on that fastball and went the other way. His head was still. Able to make good contact on a pitch away from Boshears.
Yan Gomes at the plate. The catcher 1 for 3. Singled back in the 4th. Gomes grew up in Miami, went to Southridge High School, went to the University of Tennessee. 2 years. They pick off Avila's bad throw. Trumbo is able to still throw a strike to Eric Ibar. They get Avila's for round number 2.
Boy, good recovery by Mark Trumbo to get Aviles at second base. They throw, but a quick transfer and strong throw from Trumbo to Eric Ibar gets Aviles at second base. Being a caught stealing.
Gomes takes upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Mentioning that he went to the University of Tennessee, was a teammate of J.P. Arancibia there, and ended up transferring to the University of Miami. And then got drafted by the Blue Jays. Behind J.P. Arancibia. Can't catch a break.
No. I'll tell you what, though, he's got a great throwing arm. It was a nice job behind the plate also.
Two outs on the 3-0 count now at Gomes. Michael Bourne is on deck, center fielder. And he walked him on 4 pitches. Talk about a punch list going into the offseason of things with Mike Scioscia, coaching staff, Jerry DiPoto, baseball operations staff. One of them, let's knock off the old 2-out walks, 2-out hit situation.
Yeah, keep that focus all the way through the inning. Well, you as a pitcher sometimes with 2 outs, you think you're through the inning, your mind starts to drift, your focus goes away from you. Before you know it, your opponent has a runner or 2 on base, and then you make a mistake, and then some runs are scored.
Bourne pulls one to Grant Green, picks it on a short hop, throws to Trumbo. The inning comes to an end. Let's head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-1 Cleveland. Defeating the Cleveland Indians on that Saturday night game at Progressive Field. And Jerome Williams against Justin Masterson. Remember, Jerome had that 5-0 lead into the 6th inning on that Sunday afternoon. That lead dissipated and ended up becoming a loss for the Angels.
Yeah, Masterson's done a nice job for Cleveland this season. 13-game winner. Really exciting matchup tomorrow night with Salazar versus Wilson. 2 power arms.
Mike Avila stays in the game as he pinch hit for Lonnie Chisenhall. He takes over at 3rd. And it's Joe Smith taking over for Brian Shaw. Smith, 4-1, a .268 ERA. This is his 54th game of the year.
Yeah, Smith, good fastball. Not overpowering, but from that angle he throws that difficult to read as a right-handed batter. 87 to 92 and a slider.
.71 games in relief for Cleveland 2 years ago, 72 games in relief last year. Facing Grant Green, he delivers a strike. 8-9-1 for the Angels here in the 8th. Green, Borges, and Schuck. Cleveland leading at 4-1. All the scoring coming in the 4th inning. This is out towards center field. Bourne back a couple of steps. 1 out. Grant now 1 for 3 on the night. And we'll bring up Peter Borges.
Boy, the last couple of games for Borges, he's hit the ball well, but he's grounded a couple times into double plays. 6-4-3 double play. Last at bat hit extremely hard right to short, and then yesterday pinch hitting in a rocket to second base for a 4-6-3 double play. All you can do as a hitter is to continue that approach, shorten his stride, compact swing.
0-1 count on Peter. Kevin Jepson getting ready. He'll pitch the 9th. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Indians. Jared Weaver tonight, 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, 8 hits, 5 of which came in the 4th inning. The 2-run home run to Lonnie Chisenhall with 2 outs in the 4th. Made it 4-0 at that point. 1 ball, 1 strike. The run on the board for the Halos, courtesy of Mark Trumbo, an RBI single that scored Eric Ibar. Fouled back over the screen. '82nd RBI of the year for Trumbo. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this is what we were talking about in yesterday's game about those different looks out of the bullpen here. Joe Smith from that arm angle. A different look.
Cabrera comes charging in, throws out Borges, 2 outs. We head back to the top of the order now with J.B. Shuck coming to the plate. One for 3 tonight with a single in the 1st inning. A strikeout and a ground down in his other 2 plate appearances. Two balls and no strikes. 4 runs, 9 hits, 9 left on for Cleveland. The Halos with 1 run, 5 hits. They've stranded 3. Two and 1. Gets back into the count. A little frisbee slider
jammed
right
him
on the hands.
Boy, as a hitter, your approach is you see that ball right out over the plate, and then that runs right in on your hands. Boy, he sees it out over the plate. The next thing you know, that's on the handle of the bat.
And you're in protect mode there. And it looks like a fastball at one point. All of a sudden, you start your swing and it's on your knuckles.
And then he runs a 2-seam fastball at your hip and then brings it back to the inside corner.
3-2. And he walked him. The Angels get a 2-out walk. It'll bring up Ibar. Ibar 1 for 3 tonight. Doubled and scored in the 4th inning. 21st double of the year. Ibar this year, when batting second in the lineup, 364 average this season. And he just got that left knee out of the way.
That was going right at the kneecap. Think about dragging a bunt down the first baseline. You need base runners. You're down by 3. Give Hamilton an opportunity to come up and tie the game up. But right at his back knee, but just got it out of the way.
One ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1. Ibar takes low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Smith retired the first 2 guys here in the 8th inning. Green and Borges on a fly ball and a ground out for walking Chuck. Quick throw to first. JB is back.
Don't think Shuck will be running here. Smith very quick to the plate. We've already talked about how quick Gomes is his release.
Mark Zipchinski, the lefty. Matt Albers, the righty. Getting ready for Cleveland. Eighteen pitches thrown by the righty. 10 have been strikes. Hamilton is on deck. No Mike Trout tonight. Dealing with that tightness in his right hamstring. He went around. That is a punch out. And the inning comes to an end. Mike Scioscia is going to come out to argue. But hopefully not for Dan. I saw you said that Ibar swung.
Yeah, if you swing, even if you get hit with the baseball, it's going to be a strikeout. Slider and the swing across the plate, even though it hit him, it's going to be a strikeout. Cleveland coming to bat, leading 4-1. Eric Ibar and that swing and miss hit him with that hard slider, but once you commit to the swing, it's going to be a strikeout. Kevin Jepson now in the game for the Angels. See if he can make a little bit of an adjustment, stay back a little bit longer on that pitching rubber. 4.50 ERA. Now his 44th game this season for the Halos.
Takes over for Buddy Boshears, who went 1 inning tonight, had 1 walk. Allowed a hit. Jepson, the 3rd reliever used by Mike Scioscia. Jared Weaver getting the start, going 6 innings tonight. 2, 3, and 4. Swisher, Kipnis, and Stubbs. Nick Swisher 1 for 4. He had a single back in the 1st inning, and Kevin Jepson delivers ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. Swisher this year. 242 average overall at the start of the day. 224 from the left side. 277 from the right. Overshift. Grant Green out in shallow right field. 1-2.
Oh, that's a good fastball. 98.
See Swisher talking to himself to get the ball down. His last fastball is up in the strike zone.
Hard enough to be able to try to catch up to a fastball, normal fastball upstairs, but when it's 97, 98, almost impossible.
Two balls, two strikes. And Swisher skies one out to deep right field. That is gone. It is 5-1 Cleveland. Went back to the well one too many times.
Look at our phantom cam. He was able to get that bat head out quick on a hard fastball. That's how you make contact on a pitch that firm. He was committed to a fastball. He knew he was getting something hard at him, and he got the fastball and got the bat head out quickly and squared it up and hits it out.
Jepson again falls behind at 1 ball, no strikes. 14th home run of the year for Swisher. Picks up his 41st run batted in. Kipnis at 0 for 3 night. 1-1. Chris Perez, their closer, still loosening. 4-run lead now.
Non-save situation.
One ball, 2 strikes. Again, everything firm from Kevin Jepson.
Yeah, and the big thing too with Kevin, we talked about he's a drop and drive type pitcher, but he wants to make sure he stays some better balance. Because from there you see the baseball as a hitter, because he's flying quickly, that drags his arm through the zone more so, and the hitter can see the baseball a little bit longer out of his hand. Even though it's 97, they can still see the baseball out of his hand.
This one pulled toward second. Grant Green goes into the slot. 1 out. Nice play by Grant.
Grant's made some nice plays at second base tonight. Always the key for a pitcher is creating deception and not allowing the hitter to be able to see the baseball long out of your hand. The longer you hide it from them, the better opportunity you're going to be able to have bad swings against you.
Drew Stubbs at the plate. First plate appearance for him tonight. Pinch runner back in the 7th inning. Jepson delivers a strike. Stubbs hitting .243, 7 home runs, 38 runs batted in. 5-1 Cleveland. Leadoff home run by Nick Swisher here in the 9th inning. Breaking ball, chopped to short. Ibar's going to have to hurry. Low throw, Trumbo digs it out. They got him. But Stubbs got those long strides.
He is super quick going down the line. That was well played by Ibar and Trumbo. How quick he is going. He's thinking he has an infield hit. A great stride. Well played by Ibar and Trumbo.
Handles in the bottom of the 9th inning have Hamilton, Trumbo, Conger due up against Chris Perez. This is Michael Bradley at the plate. Swings the first one, hits in the left. Josh Hamilton is there. The inning comes to an end, but the Indians tack on a run on the Swisher leadoff home run. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th, 5-1 Cleveland. 5-1. Stick around after the last out. Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. We will break it all down. Jose Mota will join me at the desk just outside the hats, or outside the big A, underneath the hats. That is coming up right after the last out. Chris Perez, the closer for the Cleveland Indians, on in relief. Right-hander pitching in his 41st game, 5-2 record, a 3.32 ERA. 19 for 23 in save opportunities, this not being one of them.
Still got a good fastball, 91-95, and a hard slider.
Josh Hamilton will lead things off. He'll be followed by Mark Trumbo, then Hank Conger. Perez, by the way, takes over for Joe Smith. Had a fairly generic 8th inning. Hamilton fouls the first one back. Smith went one frame, one strikeout, one walk. Hamilton 0 for 3. Strikeout, pop up to third, and a fly ball to center. One-two pitch. Hamilton pulls it foul.
Back-to-back sliders from Perez against Hamilton.
Fastball away there. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pretty good swing at that fastball away at 93. Probably see a slider again, down and in.
And he got him with that slider down and in. 1 out. Up steps Mark Trumbo. A 1 for 3 game. Both starters, the pitchers of record. Jared Weaver giving up 4 runs in his 6 innings. Zach McAllister gave up a run in 6 1/3. 4th inning just snowballed on Weaver. 9 guys came to the plate against him.
Really all started with that walk to Jason Kipnis.
Yep.
Just a couple elevated fastball. Kipnis did not chase.
Two balls and no strikes. Two 2-0. It's a strike on the corner. 2-1. $36,574 tonight on a Monday night.
Good crowd.
A lot of Indians fans here. Breaking pitch, just missed inside. 3-1. This is out towards center field. Giving chases Michael Ball, pulls up, gone! A big fly from Mark Trumbo. A missile to dead central. 5-2 Cleveland.
And that's a 2-iron. That baseball is about as high as the outfield wall from off the bat all the way over that wall in center field. 29th home run of the season for Trumbo. Boy, fastball middle of the plate. This rocket has stayed at that level all the way out. That probably took 2 seconds to get out. Phantom cam as far as squaring up a baseball and being still through your swing. You're talking about getting the perfect part of the bat on the baseball. That's what Trumbo did.
Well, since the off day, he's homered in 3 straight games
with 8 RBI. Well, Bourne took a couple steps and said the surprise look going back. That ball was hit so hard and low. Hit speed off the bat, 108 miles per hour. Last night, same exact thing for Trumbo. The baseball just screams off the bat when Mark Trumbo squares it up.
Conger on board 3 times tonight with 2 walks and a double. 1-2 pitch off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's the 7th home run that Chris Perez has allowed in 40 2/3 innings. Full count now.
Yeah, numbers down a little bit for Perez. Strikeouts, although he was 1 so far in this game, 36. 41 innings pitched.
Conger hits one toward the middle. Chip misses there. 2 outs.
He generally has more strikeouts per innings pitched. And that total down.
Halos down to the last out. Indian fans are happy with game 1 tonight so far. They get 5-2 here tonight. Oh, 2 count on Chris Nelson. Chris tonight 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to right. One and 2. And the oohs and ahs from down the right field line with Indians fans gathered just beyond the dugout. He went around. That will end this one. The Halos drop game 1 to the Cleveland Indians by the final of 5-2.
Boy, Jared Weaver takes the loss now, 7-7. Swish with a home run. Zach McAllister very solid now, 6-7 on the season. Mark Trumbo a home run. Chisenhall with a big home run in that 4th inning, part of a 4-run 4th inning for Cleveland as they win game 1 of this 3-game series, 5-2. Stay tuned. The Angels Live coming up next. Victor Rojas and Jose Mota will break it all down.